welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Demilade. My name is Demilade. In this video, I want to discuss, marriage. I want to discuss marriage, and I want to talk especially on extramarital affair. In marriage, emotional affair or sexual affairs outside of marriage. Now, there are a few issues I want to discuss. There are a few issues I want to really, talk about. The first thing is being married does not immune you to attraction to the opposite sex. This is what I mean. Being married or getting to the situation of marriage does not affect the way you will see someone else. Now, marriage affects your legal status. Marriage could affect people's perception about you. Your mind and your soul, might also be affected knowing that, oh, I'm married, and then I think in terms of that. But unfortunately, your hormones do not recognize that you're married. And so, your eyes also doesn't recognize that you're married. Your eyes send messages to your brain. You say your brain does not recognize that you're married, but your spirit, your soul, your mind knows you're married. So definitely your eyes, your brain might receive messages, messages from outside of attraction to opposite sex. But when they get into your mind, you now need to sieve it because you know that I'm married. Anyway, why am I saying this? I'm just saying this to establish the fact that being married does not immune you to attraction to someone, to someone else. And it doesn't immune, someone else from being attracted to you as well. There are married people that have, people asking them out. Like they know that they're married and they still want to date them. And in the same way, you see someone that you think is beautiful. The second thing I want to talk about is being married does not mean that you won't find someone that is better than your spouse in every respect. It doesn't mean that you won't find someone who is more intelligent, more caring, richer, more reasonable. Just imagine this. Before you met your husband, or before you met your wife, you probably dated someone. And if your spouse is the first person you're married to, I'm proud of you. But if not, you dated someone that you thought was the best, that you could meet. And for whatever thing that happened, you moved on from that person, and then you maybe dated someone else, and then until you eventually met your spouse, and you thought, oh, this is the answer to my prayers. Don't ever forget that you will still meet someone else that is better than this person you think is the answer to your prayers. But what marriage has done is to say that at this point I've met you, we have been locked down to this thing, and we have chosen to be committed to it, and we are going to stay into it, stay into this institution forever. So you need to know, it's just one of the ways to victory, that's to understand what is going on. That you will meet a co-worker, you meet a colleague, you meet a church member, you meet a pastor, you meet a friend that will be better than your spouse in every respect. Don't forget that you got married to your spouse based on your level in life at that particular time, based on the places you've gone to or places you've visited. You've met them at this particular place because that is the limit at which you have gone, and that's the stage of your life when you met them and when you got married. Your horizon will always expand. Your circle of friends will expand. The places you have visited will always expand. And so when they expand, they come, also with different people into your life who you, will meet, and they might throw your balance, and better than the person you choose to marry. But understanding that marriage is a commitment and thing, and what you are in for life, is what I'm talking about now. To know that you are not immune to these things, but then to know that your mind and your soul is committed to what you've chosen, to enter into. Another thing that I want to talk about is that when you meet people, maybe in the office or at church or wherever, and you find out that you want to spend more time with them, at this point you may not even, in your mind, you're not even thinking of an affair. But something's happening in your subconscious. And you find that you want to spend more time with this person. And in this social media age, I spend more time with them on Facebook, on Instagram, on WhatsApp, on Snapchat, on FaceTime, and all of those things. And you're beginning to feel that you don't want your spouse to know. Then you should be aware that something is going on. When you're hiding something from your spouse, especially communication between you and another person, when you're deleting text messages and you don't want your wife to see it, but you're still telling yourself that I'm not doing anything, bro, you are doing something. You're not just acknowledging that you're doing something. Tell yourself that you're doing something. When secrecy is beginning to shroud your relationship with this person, then something is going on. When you also find out that you are beginning to compare them with your spouse, with your wife or your husband, you begin to look at the way they talk, the way they behave to you, the way they treat you, and you begin to feel that they treat you better than your spouse, your wife or your husband, then something is going wrong. You need to retrace your step and tell yourself that I'm treading on dangerous ground. One of the things that fuels, extramarital affair or relationships, proximity and secrecy. If you can deal with the two, then you are able to deal, potentially able to deal with extramarital affair. If you can deal with proximity, like this person is always, around you, just look for a way. If the person is a co-worker and you have a means to get transferred from that department or from that unit or change offices from that person, why not you can go ahead and do it, because it's going to save your life on the long run. And secrecy. Make sure that you don't keep it a secret. If you can't talk to your husband or your wife about this closeness with this person, why not talk to a friend that you can trust? Why not talk to a counselor that can help you through the process? Because one of the reasons why I believe that adultery or fornication is such a pronouncing in the Bible, why it's something that is totally, why is almost not unpardonable, why is something you shouldn't go into, or why it's rated so high, is because it's not what you fall into, it's what you actually grow into doing. This is what I mean. Sometimes people lie out of impulse, like, oh, you would have said, and you feel, oh my God, I just lied, or you exaggerated, that it's impulsive. But sleeping with someone else is not what you do out of impulse. It's what you process in your mind. It's what you do willingly. It's what you've taken time to think about, and you hatch the process, and even when you think it's wrong, you silence your reason and you still go ahead to do it. And so that's why I think that fornication and adultery is something that, is really grievous, because it is what you do, just like, they talk about murder, why is a premeditated murder-in-law, is what you think about, and you go ahead to do it. You have an intention, and then there is an action to it. And so when you begin to see that an intention is rising in your heart to go after this other person, you need to quickly quench that fire before it escalates. You also need to know that you don't need to sleep with someone else before you erode the trust that your husband or your wife have in you. The moment they realize that you cannot stand up for them against this person, who is trying to find a way into your heart, then it means that they may not be able to trust you. It means that they don't feel that they are valuable to you. And also you need to also realize that the way someone is attracted to you, the same way you might be attracted to someone else, irrespective of whether you're married or not. There are people that want to date you, want to have an affair with you, even when they know that you are married. These are life issues. And so this is not about whether you're a Christian or not. Even when you are a Christian, even in church, it's unfortunately, is a world we live in when things like this go on in church. there's a girl or there's a lady or man who really want to target you, because they think you're nice, or for whatever reason they find you attractive, and they want to just have their way with you. Once your wife, or your husband cannot find a sense of defense from you, that you're defending them from this person, then their trust will wither. And it's dangerous for your marriage. You can actually be married, for years, but then you're married to someone who doesn't trust you. And that is worse. It's a worse thing to have someone stay married with you because of commitment, not because of trust. Okay. So yeah. So this is what I want to talk about today in this video, that you need to be careful. I'm going to recap. Number one, marriage does not immune you to attraction to an opposite sex. Either you are attracted to them or they are attracted to you. It doesn't immune you. So there's someone who's always going to be better than your spouse. So you need to draw the line and say that I've fallen into this marriage and I'm there for life. 3, watch out for signs that fuels extramarital affair. Proximity and secrecy fuels it. When you hide things from your spouse. And you need to also watch out that you need to do everything, in your power to make sure that your spouse trusts you. I don't know what to say again, but I'm sure you get what I'm trying to, talk about. Yeah. So thank you for watching this video. If you watched this far, I want you to please drop your comments below and let me know what you think about this topic. Share your experiences with me as well.